Okay, we'll be running through our HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap course. For you to be able to design an active website, you must be acquainted with HTML, CSS, and what? JavaScript, which is what? They are all languages. They are all what? Languages. Before I proceed, what are languages? What the computer really understands is the what? Is the binary code. The binary code is the language the computer understands. And humans generally, we don't understand what the binary code. What we understand is language. We understand languages like French, English, and so on. So for us to communicate with the computer, we must communicate in what? In binary code. How do we do that? That brings us to what we call what? Compiler. It is the compiler that converts our one language to the binary code in which what the system understands and brings back the system's return in form of what we understand. That is, the compiler converts our language to what? To computer language, and also convert the computer language to what? Our language. Now we'll be starting with HTML. How do we go about that? First of all, you download your what? Your text editor. I advise, we have different type of text editor. We have VS Code, we have Sublime, and so on. But I prefer VS Code, which means Visual Studio Code. Now, let's open our Visual Studio Code. Now, excuse me, you go to your file. Up here, go to your file. You open what? New what? File. Now, when you open new file, this file has not been titled, so you save. So when you try to save, it comes up with this pop-up, the file name and the what? Save type. So let's call the file name my HTML. Now, my HTML, and the save type should be what? .html. That is the what? Extension. That is the extension. Now it has been saved. Now, for you to proceed to write your HTML code, you have to understand what we mean by what? Structure and tag. Now, how do you understand structure? When you want to, the VS Code allows you, and it makes your work easier. Just type on your system HTML. You can see it bought HTML, it bought HTML5, it bought HTML XML. This is what? Extension. The last one is the HTML extension, while this one is HTML5, and so just puncture on the what? HTML5. You can see after typing HTML5, after choosing HTML5, it brought this up. Now you can see HTML language, which specifies that it is English. Now you have your HTML tag. This tag is an HTML tag from the line 2. I'm talking about the line 2. That's the opening tag of the HTML. Why what? This is the what? The line 12 is the closing tag of what? HTML. After that, you see your what? Your head. After that, you get to see your title inside the head, and you get to see the body inside the what? The HTML tag. Now, you will see that the HTML tag is the parent to any other tag, because everything that we are dealing with is an what? Is an HTML file. So the head has the what? The title inside of it, whereby you can you can decide to put the name of the title. This title is what you see on your page when you want to visit a website. What you type www dot get it, so that's the title of the page. Now the body entails all other HTML tags that will be treating in this in this class. And there's also something we call structure. Structure is just base, or is a pattern of arranging your tags. In HTML we have parent, we have offspring, or let me say children. We have parents, we have children. That is why when you see most HTML code, it looks like V shape. Some goes inside, some comes outside. In the course of this course, you understand more about that. Now let's deal with our first tag. Before I move to that, we'll be dealing with so many subtopics like the text, the list, the links, the table, the forms, and images. How to insert images for your HTML tag. These tags are used hand in hand to give you a beautiful and a well-explanatory web page. Now let's start with the first one, which is text. Now what I'll be introducing first under the text is the head, or the header. Is much more different from what we have here, which is the header. Now look at H1. Before I move to that, we have 6 types of header. We have header 1, header 2, header 3, header 4, and header 5. The header 1 has the biggest, or let me say, yes, the biggest font size, followed by header 2, followed by header 3. The smallest is header 6. Now let's put that into practice. H1. Look at this. I would advise we change the name of the title of our page to My First Project. Now, so let's go back to the header. Let's say this is my HTML page. Okay, from that, let's use header 2 and then H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. I'm just doing this so that you understand how the font size works. So let's copy this and paste it inside every of this. It is not advisable you do copy and paste, but for the course of this lecture, I'll go into this. I'll do it. So let's save and see how they come out. So we saved our work as my first HTML. So when you go to your desktop, my HTML. So when you view it, you can see how it comes out. Now you can see that my HTML, my first project, is coming up here, which is the title you gave to your project. Now this is how the HTML tags works. This is how they work. The H1, this is the H1, you can see is the biggest of all, followed by the H2, followed by H3, followed by H4, followed by H5. Now it is now left to you to know how to apply them appropriately. It's left to you to know how to apply them appropriately, depending on the font size that you need. So we also have the bold tag. You notice that every of all I've been writing are in what? Are inside what? The body, because it is the body that carries every of your display, every of your what? HTML what? Display. So let me go to bold. Before I move to bold and all that, let me go to paragraph. Paragraph, as in English language, is used to define your paragraph as usual. Okay, from here to here, this is one paragraph. So this is a very interesting course to learn. I will advise you follow diligently. Now, if I want to bold this diligent, I want it to be seen. Now, I have to put my what? My tag, my B tag is the bold tag. Bold tag. You get that? Put it in my bold tag. So let's save and view it. We have it here. You can see how it's coming. You can see it is bold compared to others. This is a very interesting course to learn. I will advise you follow it diligently. You can see how the diligently comes out. So that's how to use your bold tag. You can see this is how to open the tag, and you close it with what? This. Now let's move to some other things. We have the italics. So let's assume I want to italize this. You can just put your I. It is not difficult at all. I. You can see the system will bring the PS code already bring it. So let's italize this. Control V. So let's put it here. Control V. I copied the wrong thing. I'm sorry. This is a very interesting course to learn. So let me put it on to yes. So it's coming this way. Okay. You can see learn diligently. Don't mind the way I'm putting up my texts. So the next thing I want us to talk about is what? The subscript and what? Superscript. Most times this subscript and superscript are used in the science world most times, whereby you name compounds or you are trying to give a mathematical expression. Let's give a mathematical expression for instance. Let's assume I want to give the popular mathematical formula, the quadratic formula, which is that what normally the quadratic formula is ax squared minus bx minus c is equals to what? 0. Let's assume I want to express the x squared. How do I do that? I'll write a, isn't it, x, the square is 2, right? 2 raised to the power of x. That's it. I will have to open my sub tag sub, my sub tag. So I will write sub, can see my sub tag and close it. So I will now put the 2 inside of it. so minus bx minus c is equals to what? 0. So let me save and view. Okay, so we have it this way. Okay, I use sub. Yeah, this I am supposed to use super, which is sup. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. sup. So let me save again. Ctrl S. So it comes out this way. So you have to refresh your page to see the effect. You can see it's coming out as what? Ax squared minus bx equals to what? C. So the next thing we are going to do, just let's bring an example on sub. So let me say C O, okay, sub, yeah. So let me put it to here, which is the what? Chemical formula for what? Carbon dioxide. Is the chemical formula for what? Carbon dioxide, CO2. So let's save and what? See. So if I refresh, you get it. You get that. So that's how that works. So the next thing is I'll be talking about break line, horizontal rule and breaking line. So breaking line is used to, like, maybe you have too much of lines of text on a particular line, you want them to be broken into lines. So let's apply that. Let's assume I have another paragraph. Okay. So this, okay, it is not proper to start a sentence with a small. This is a letter to Mr. Collins from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, to inform him that the project proposal has been approved. Now you can see that this is getting too long on one line, so I can decide to break it from here by putting my what? Br tag. So let me see. Okay, I've closed it down, so I can work it here. That's the project, that thing. Okay, let me put it here. And see that has been what? Approved. Let's see. Ctrl S. So let's see how that goes. Okay, refresh your page. You can see from that D, it's broke into another line. So that's that for that. So another thing I want to talk about is horizontal row. When you want to give it a straight line, so let's give this horizontal row from here. Horizontal row, let me put it here. Let me see. HR. You get that? Yeah. So let's see the effectiveness. It comes here. You can see gave everything a row. But what if I don't want it to extend from here to here. Let's see. Where did I put it? Okay. Okay, what this means that I added the horizontal row to every of it. But if I just want to add the horizontal row to this, okay, let me see. Control C. So let me put it here. Control V. Okay, let me remove this from here. Yeah. And let me save. Okay. Let me save. Okay. So I have it this way. Let me refresh. This is for this is alone. Okay. Let's move to a way of writing our abbreviation. We also have a tag called strong. This strong is used in emphasizing. The strong tag and the EMP tag, which is for emphasize, they do the same work, but they are not that. I won't say they are not that important, but you just have to know them in case you have to do that. Okay, let's use the strong tag. Okay, the strong, you can see your VS Code is enhancing by suggesting those tags to Control C. So let's put it here and see how it comes. Control V. Okay, do you get that? I'm just using this as an example so that you see how the strong tag works. So you have to save for it to reflect, and when you get to your browser, you have to refresh also. Excuse me. So you have to refresh. You can see it has changed. So that's how that works. Do you get that? Do you get that? Yeah, that's how that works. So let's move to what abbreviation. All these tags are under what the text tag. So we move to what abbreviation. So let's assume you want to abbreviate. Let's say you have your abbreviation tag. This is how to use it. Just A B. You can see abbreviation. Now this abbreviation has an attribute which is title. It will ask you that, okay, this thing that you want to abbreviate, what is the real the title? Let's assume we have what the world health organization, which we have as what. So in between your opening and closing tag of your ABBR, which is the abbreviation tag, you put your word WHO. So you save, and let's see how it is coming. Can you see? So on clicking this, it will bring the full meaning of that World Health Organization for your software. Anybody that is going to your web browser, your web that you have designed. So that's that for that. So let's pick another tag. Let's pick the S tag. This is often used in a supermarket site, or let me say all this Amazon and so on. So this is where you have something like let me put in a paragraph. Okay, it's already in a paragraph. Let's say the price. Yeah, all those sites are called e-commerce sites. The price of this is sound system was 2000 $2000. Now was, so you put your S tag here, your S tag, you put it inside your S tag. That is, you are trying to tell them that it is no longer what that price, it is now what this price. So let's save and view. Okay, you can see the price of this sound system was. So then you put the new price beside it or anyhow you want it. So that's how that tags works. So let's move to list. List is a very important tag in HTML. Let's assume you are designing an e-commerce site and you think you should, let me check the time, I don't want to bore you with too much class. Okay, let me see. So let's assume we have an e-commerce site where you list what you have and so on and so forth. So under our list we have what we call ordered list, and we have what unordered list. The ordered list is the list that follows another, like with in order of what preference or importance. So when we have ordered list, let's see how it goes. So you open your ordered list, OL tag, or let me put in the OL. When you put OL, you can see it brought order list. Yes, after order list, what comes? It is what list items. List item, because list item is a child to what? To your what? Order list. You have your list item. You can see that because it is a child, there is this something that comes like a V shape. You can see the order list, the list item goes inside compared to what order list. So all of these that are children of the order list, we have with them, we have their tags in this form. So li list item, let's say another list item and another list item. So let's just put, okay, let me put a paragraph here. Show that. Okay, header, let me use an header 2. Okay. Restock. Let's say restock. What you want to restock in your store? Restock list. Restock list. Okay. In order of preference, let's say chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. Actually, I prefer vanilla to strawberry. The next one, let's say pineapple. So you save and see what comes out. Now let's see. We have them this way. You can see they are numbered. Now restock list: chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, pineapple. So that's list, ordered list, because they are ordered. Now let's deal with unordered list. So we have something like this. URL, another list. So inside this another list tag, we also have list item. We have list item, list item, list item. So inside the list item we have what? Let's say bread, butter, and what? Rice. So let's see how this comes. You can see. Okay, let me put an header to separate this from the other. Let me see. H2. Course. Okay, alternatives. Alternatives. This, let me save. Alternatives. So with that you have your what? You can see that. So from here, I think we can stop under text and list. We've covered text and list. So let's do one other tag and stop for today, so that I won't bore you with too much tags, because you are new to this. It might look somehow difficult at first, but I can bet it with you that HTML is very easy. So let's deal with the table. So we have the table tag. Now in this other list and another list, you can have your nested list, whereby you have in a list you might have another list inside a list. That's what we call nested list. Now so let's move to what? Table tag. So you have your table. You can see inside your table you have your what? Table row. Inside your table row you have your table header. Let me move my display downward. Now you have your table row. Inside your table row you have what we call your table header, table head, table head. Okay, how many table head do you have? Let's assume you have more than one table head. Let's say 3. Table head. Okay, this is what I should have used. Table head, table head, ch. Table head. So let's assume you have your table head in your first row. This table signifies that you are dealing with table. Now this table role means your first row of your table you are putting the head. Now let's assume you have what? First name, and last name, and here we have what? Occupation. This is for your first table row. So let's input data table row. So we have another table head, th, and not th. So let's have it as what? Let's say Abolade. we have this Abola de Solomon accountant. Let's copy this and edit it to save our time. Copy another table, Control V. So let's just change this to Baba Sunday Alfred. So his own occupation is what? Let's say a medical doctor or a nurse. Yeah. So let's have it this way. Let's save and see how our table comes out. Okay. You can see how our table is. But for the sake of this course, we are just leaving our table in this form. When we get to CSS, there is a way you can style your table that it will look more attractive and more beautiful. So for the sake of this course, I just want you to understand how HTML tags work. So for now, we have covered our text, we have covered lists, we have covered tables. So under the text, we covered the header, which is the H1 to 6. We covered bold, we treated italics, we treated sub and sub. We covered BR and HR. We covered strong. We covered abbreviation. We covered S tag. So from this, you should be able to design a little of web page, because we've not covered every of our tags. But in the next class, we'll be starting with what? We'll be starting with links, forms and images. We'll be dealing with links, form and images, and we are done with what? HTML tags. For proper understanding or for more understanding, I will advise you get other materials which will be helpful, and I will send you a material that will be helpful, a textbook that will be helpful, John Bucket, HTML and CSS class. And bye for now. Thank you very much.